With the Hive Bedrock Edition reaching player counts of over 61,000, and as well as this also having content creators such as Evident get 1 million plus views on a video, or Turbo Piggy and InsaneOrbitzz getting featured on YouTube Gaming's Twitter, I think it's very safe to say that the Hive content creator side of things is very successful. But with consistent Cubecraft content creators struggling to reach such success, it begs the question, why are Hive creators so successful? Before we begin, there are a few notes to make before we proceed further into the video. So I know the title does imply Hive YouTube creators, however I will be referring to Hive YouTubers and Twitch streamers throughout the video. All in a good way of course, just like I did in the intro. A thing to note however is I won't be referring to every creator, and those I do refer to either have the rank and actually meet the requirements, or they meet the requirements and don't have the rank, just because these are the perfect examples. I feel the best way to start a video like this would be to rewind in time and see where it all began. So according to the Minecraft wiki, the Hive Bedrock Edition was announced as a new server partner at Minecon 2017, then actually introduced to Bedrock Edition on November 18th, 2017. The reason this fact is so important is because this would also be the day Dicey's uploaded their first ever public Hive Bedrock video. This would also be titled the best server in Minecraft PE. And although Dicey's would then not become a consistent Hive content creator until September 19th, 2019, where he kickstarted his Treasure Wars series reaching heights of 25k plus views, that first video would still be the beginning of Dicey's Hive YouTube / playing journey. The reason I'm specifically singling out Dicey's is as of right now, he has over 95,000 subscribers and is currently the most subscribed consistent Hive content creator. As well as this, as of today, he is consistently averaging close to 20,000 views a video. This is something we fail to see on any of the other featured servers. I know there are other creators who are averaging more, but give me time, we will get to that. Also, with the release of this new Bedrock featured server however, it also came with the games such as Treasure Wars and two never seen before on Bedrock games being Hide and Seek and Death Run. And on the day of release, according to Dicey's video, also had more than 2,000 consistent players. This being very good for a brand new server and also averaging the same amount of players as Cubecraft Games, which was introduced only 7 months earlier. This is slightly off topic, but it's crazy to think that in 2017 both servers were getting 2k players, now they're getting 40k plus. And with speaking of successes, I feel this would be the perfect transition into some of the most successful Hive videos. To be clear here, the videos I'll be talking about may not be as successful as other videos featured on the Hive Bedrock. However, I only wanted to showcase Hive content which is successful from Hive creators making consistent Hive content, since that is the topic of this video. And to narrow down what I mean by successful, this will be purely based on views, nothing else. So in case you missed the intro somehow, the very first example I used was about Evident. And although Evident isn't the only creator to get a Hive video past 1 million views, he is the first consistent Hive creator to get a video past 1 million views. As well as this, with these views not being as close to 1 million, we have also seen creators such as Yellowfish Gaming reaching heights of 300k views, Ignacio Blades reaching heights of 250k views, Potato Pie and Dicey's with videos over 100k views, and then several of the big creators also consistently surpassing 30 to 50k plus views, which is crazy when you think about it. And as well as this, we have also seen creators such as Turbo Piggy and InsaneOrbitzz, like I said in the intro, being promoted by YouTube Gaming on Twitter, which is a huge achievement for them and the Hive community. So if anything, this shows that the Hive content is remarkably successful. And I know if you search up Cubecraft Bedrock, you can find some consistent Cubecraft creators reaching heights of over 20k plus views. This is not including mine or others' hunt videos, but if you compare it to the search term Hive Bedrock, it isn't nearly as many. And just like I said in the intro, Hive is the only server on Bedrock Edition to top 60k plus players, this being 9k more than Cubecraft's record. And although Hive hasn't been reaching a higher daily consistent player count than Cubecraft in the past few weeks, before Cubecraft released regional servers, it was topping them in players consistently for months if not years. Speaking of player counts, I feel like this would be the perfect time to talk about the Hive community as a whole. So if you don't know what I mean here, I'm going to be talking about how active the Hive community is, I guess, and just about how active they are on YouTube and in game chat. So I talked about the views on videos earlier, which is pretty much down to the community being active on YouTube and watching their favorite content creators. However, the Hive chat, especially on NA, no matter the circumstances, is always so busy. This could just be down to people just vibing in the lobby, which I like to do sometimes, and I know this doesn't link to YouTube too much, but if people are consistently active and talking in chat, it means there is some form of a community. Whereas on Cubecraft, no one talks in games, and the only time you see people actively talking in lobby is when you join lobby 1. And even then, if it's not Egg Wars or Sky Wars, the chat is very, very dead. I'd also like to pull up some very interesting interesting statistics. The Hive's highest ever Bedrock player count is 61,385. The Hive Discord has over 100k members. Cubecraft has the max Bedrock player count of 52,307. Cubecraft's Discord only has 45k members. This may seem like a pointless fact, but let me explain. You see, even if this is down to Java, Hive's Discord has 40k more players than its max Bedrock player count. And even with Cubecraft consistently topping Hive in player count on Java before the Java version shut down, their Discord has 12k less members than its max Bedrock player count. What this is sort of showing is how Hive has a player base, but it also has a continually active and strong community. Cubecraft, however, lacks in this aspect, therefore leading to the Cubecraft creators not getting as much attention as they could or as much activity and growth. So the community being active helps the Hive YouTube and Twitch scene a lot. Speaking of growth, I've talked a lot about Hive YouTubers, but I also want to pay some attention to Hive streamers. And please don't take what I'm about to say here as a negative point, but from what I know, there is only 5 Hive streamer ranks, with only one actually meeting close to the requirements. There's 2 streamers I want to single out, and since right now, disregarding YouTubers who stream, there are only 2 who actually qualify for the rank, or qualify close to the rank, I guess. Skyella, who actually has the streamer rank, and Hurricane Holden, who somehow doesn't. The reason I've singled these 2 out is since, once again, ignoring YouTubers who stream, and just for my point now, even Hive staff, these are the only 2 consistent Hive streamers who meet the requirements for the rank. This goes to show that firstly, the streamer rank requirements are just way too high, but also these 2 creators are currently carrying the Hive streamer community. Solely streamer community. And if these 2 can reach heights of 50 concurrent viewers a stream while being focused on streaming, it means that in the future we'll see a bunch more creators such as these 2, which we just don't see on Cubecraft. I know there are streamers on Cubecraft, but other than myself and Dashin, who stream it on occasion on Twitch, all the Cubecraft streamers are on YouTube, which, no offense, is very easy to get a good view account. So I know this isn't really why Twitch streamers are successful, but it's more that these 2 are more successful than others since these are the only 2 consistent people, and huge props to them. Speaking of consistency, I'd like to talk about staff making content on the server. The names I'd like to pay attention to, like before, is Phobon, InsaneOrbitzz, and Castanova. I know there's more, but I've once again singled out these 3 since they are streamers, as well as Phobon and MJ making YouTube content, who consistently make content on the server they work on. I'm sorry if I'm wrong, but I believe InsaneOrbitzz is Hive, Phobon is a designer, and Castanova is a helper. I know this doesn't really have a huge impact on the growth of the Hive, but it shows that the staff are invested. I know they all are, but you get my point. And it's just such a great way for the staff to get involved in the community and interact with the community they work for, I guess. Or like work to, yeah, you get the idea. And no matter if you're a helper or Hive, you are interacting with the community you work for through content. And the only Cubecraft content creator who is also staff is Hackers Don't Win, who is a Java streamer. So it just shows that the staff are bonding with fellow creators and a community for several forms of content, and it's great to see. With the point of multiple forms of content in mind, I'd like to talk about Hive original content. Let's just say original content is hard to find nowadays, right? But the content being made now was once original, and the creators who found it are doing a very good job at it. Evident with trapping, Potato Pie with commentary, myself I guess with if videos, second channel by the way, Yellowfish with funny moments, Jake Star with montages, and Jay Burrow with story times. I know there are more, but these are just ones I want to talk about. You get the idea anyways. And I know funny moments and montages aren't exactly original, but I just wanted to mention them as I feel their content is good for that niche. My point being is we don't find this content on Cubecraft, and by that I mean original content. I mean, I started commentary, yes, but even then the big topics will also be made by several others making that no longer original content. As well as this, I won't say names, but the so-called big creators for Cubecraft, some of them make very negative hate content, and bearing in mind these are creators looked up to in the Cube community, whereas the big Hive creators all make positive content and collab together. Yes, we see collabs on Cubecraft, but the community is so split it's outrageous, whereas over at the Hive they're all bonded together and they surround themselves with creators who want to do well, therefore leading to each of these creators being successful since they all want to do well, so they all support each other, and it's just an endless cycle of success, which we just don't see on any of the other featured servers. So why exactly is the Hive content creators community so successful? Well, if you watched or listened to the video carefully, then you would have got the idea. And although I may not have displayed it in a way which would have been in answer form, every point I've made or mentioned are all reasons as to why the Hive YouTubers and streamers are consistently growing and being successful. Whether it ranges from people getting loads of views or just helping each other out. There's so many reasons. And as well as this, the Hive content creators are so bonded together, and there are just so many of them. Like, there are so many Hive YouTube and streamer and TikTok ranks, and it's just crazy. Community, whereas the only consistent Bedrock YouTube ranks for Cubecraft are myself and Team Termite, and then the other two who sometimes make Cubecraft content is Potato Pie and Pizzas. And yes, once again, I know Cubecraft also has creators like I said, but they aren't nearly as bonded and they just don't interact with each other. Also, not really because of this, but the algorithm seems to be very Hive friendly and helps the Hive creators a bunch to be successful. So well done to every Hive creator. You're all doing very well and you're all the reason for the Hive's growth and the growth of the content creators you surround yourself in. So if there's anything to note, you guys are the reason that the Hive content creators scene is so successful. So huge props to you for that. That's gonna be all for the video. I hope you did all enjoy. This took ages to make and was actually quite fun to do. I don't want this to be super long, so I just talked about the key reasons. I was gonna have a small features part, but it was quite pointless. And once again, I didn't make this video to be in answer form, like question and answer form. I wanted to talk about all the reasons why it's so successful, but in a genuine way, not an answer way. If there is any other reasons I missed which you feel have a huge impact, then make sure to comment them down below and let me know your views. Thank you all for watching, stay safe, and bye.